This is the Corey and Eddie Show with Corey Harper and Eddie Ramos.
Transform.
All right, Corey, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm excited about new things that are happening in both of our lives, really. You know?
Yeah, of course, man.
I'm feeling really positive right now. Feeling real positive. You know?
You too?
Yeah,
Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah, that's good. We got good things happening. It's a good week.
Yeah.
It's getting a little warmer. It's not as cold as it has been.
Right? Yeah.
Right? Hey, you been?
Yeah, I have my...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
Oh, I was just going to say, I have my ceiling fan on, and just last week I had my heater on.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I haven't been using my heater much this week. You know, not as much. You know, just a little bit, just to kind of take the nip off. But, yeah, I left it on the other night, and I woke up sweating and shit. I was like, oh, shit, what the heck?
Oh, dang.
Yeah. You know?
Weather changes on you like that, man. It's crazy.
It's Texas. I mean,
yeah.
It's kind of, it's funny about that. You know, Monica has lived in L.A., and she's like, what the hell is up with this Texas weather? Especially like a couple weeks ago when it was like 70, and then 30, and then 70, and then 17 degrees and shit. And it's like, hey, I'm used to this shit. I mean, this is what happens over here. We don't have that great L.A. weather like everybody, you know. Got that fucked up bipolar Texas weather.
Yeah, like only Texans can take it, because we're just as crazy.
Oh, yeah. I need to give that motherfucker some kind of medicine for that shit. But yeah. But so it is, I know you don't really watch football much, but it is Super Bowl week. And I'm excited about it because I like watching football, but I'm not excited about it because of the two teams that are playing, which is the Philadelphia Eagles, which is Cowboys, like one of Cowboys' probably biggest rivals ever. And then it's also the New England Patriots, which is also somebody not really a rival, but we hate that they've won 5 Super Bowls. So they've tied the Cowboys in Super Bowls, and if they win another one, they're gonna pass the Cowboys. They're
gonna break the record.
They're gonna break the record.
Man.
So, what is the conversation that has been talked about this? And you don't even have to know a lot about football. So what would you rather happen? Would you rather your biggest rival win their first Super Bowl, which because the Eagles have never won a Super Bowl, and they talk a lot of trash about the Cowboys. We have 5. Or would you rather your record be beaten?
I'd rather my biggest rival win a Super Bowl. I wouldn't want my record broken.
Oh, man. I see it the other way around.
Yeah?
I just don't want them to have shit. They got the shittiest. They have the Eagles have the shittiest fan base there is. They talk so much trash, and they'll go up there. If you go to fucking Philadelphia and you wear Cowboys shit, they'll fucking like beat your ass, kill you and shit.
Really?
Yeah, they're that bad
of
a fan base. You know, and the talk is they when they won the NFC East championship to go to the Super Bowl. The city had to grease the light poles all around the city because these idiots were climbing the light poles and doing stupid shit. So they had to grease them up, right? And so that didn't work.
Yeah.
They still fucking climbed them. Okay, so this week the city was gonna use like grease, like car transmission grease and stuff to put on there, but it was gonna cost too much. Okay, so Pornhub heard about this and they were like which is fucking weird, right? So they were like, we're gonna donate. If you want it, we will donate 168 pounds of fucking lubricant. So,
Oh my God.
to put on your light poles, so the idiots won't clown your light poles. I don't know if they're gonna do it or not, but they should. Like KY the whole fucking town up and shit. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
Dude.
So the reason,
Give it up to give it up to Pornhub for coming in for the rescue. Who would have expected them?
You talk about taking one for the team. But yeah, I'd rather the Patriots win because our record would be broken, but that doesn't mean we can't take it back eventually. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And they're not in our
true.
conference. They're AFC, so we still have the lead in the NFC. So, you never know. We could fucking tie it up next year if we do good enough. Because I think the Cowboys got it, man.
Well,
I think the Cowboys got it.
I see what you're saying. Because if the Patriots beat the record, the Cowboys can just come back and tie it again, and then still beat it the next year.
And then the Eagles still won't have shit. So I want the Patriots to win. So I'm rooting for the Patriots, which sucks because I really hate the Patriots as well. But it is what it is. And as I was listening to 105.3 The Fan on Radio Row, they had a question that was, does a straw have one hole or two holes? And what do you say about that?
Does a straw have one hole or two holes?
Yeah. They were talking about end to end, so I was like,
Right?
I would think one hole. But some people were saying, like, well, if you put something in the one end, that's one hole. Then you turn it around, that's another hole. But I feel like it's one continuous hole.
It's one hole because if you look at it, the straw is a cylinder shape.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cylinder.
And
Yeah, but
and the cylinder has a hole in it.
then you got these crazy people that think about it too much that said it's not even it's one hole because it's actually plastic, a flat piece of plastic, then it's wrapped around into I don't know, some idiot went into a whole fucking scientific deal that was like, I was like, you're taking it way too far.
The philosophy behind it. No,
And a lot of people say it has two holes. I just don't believe it has two holes. It's got to be one hole, right? But there is straws that do have two holes. Coffee straws.
That's true, yeah.
Those weird-ass coffee.
Oh, that's true.
And aren't you ever wonder why they even make coffee straws? Should it just be a
Who's the
stick?
weirdo?
Because the only thing they use it for is to stir their coffee.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't have no idea. I don't know what weirdo's sucking very little coffee through those very tiny holes.
And have you seen the two-hole coffee straw?
I have.
Yeah, what's that about? What's that about?
Right?
Fucking, just give us a stick. You know? That's all we need. Because we're throwing it in the trash anyway. But I just had to bring that up. On another note, speaking of weather, seeing that it is warming up here, but I was watching the news earlier and the weather, and the weatherman said it's very cold in Gobbler Knob. There's a place called Gobbler Knob, Pennsylvania. And I don't know who the fuck's living in Gobbler Knob, but I know if I was living in Gobbler Knob, my ass would be moving just because of the name. You know? Right? Because you're going to have this awkward conversation eventually with somebody like, well, where are you from? Well, I'm from New York. Where are you from? Oh, God. Fuck Gobbler Knob.
Jesus,
yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's intense. Gobbler.
Jesus.
You wouldn't.
Man.
You wouldn't happen to be the guys that supplied the KY to the Philadelphia Eagles, would you?
Pornhub is located in home office is actually in Gobbler Knob.
Sounds about right to me. But shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's crazy shit, man. But yeah, man. So what's happening? You got anything new to tell us, Eddie? I know you've been doing some crazy things.
Yeah, man. Actually, I do. Before I get into that, man, I just wanted to say I wanted to give a shout out
All right.
to one of my coworkers, Armando. Armando, he's also a fellow podcaster.
Oh.
And he was talking to me about how the podcast has been going. He actually was the first one to give us 5 stars and leave a comment on our iTunes page.
Nice.
And we were talking, and he did remind me, man. He did remind me like a while back. He told me about getting on iTunes and all that, man. Even like when we first started the podcast. So shout out to Armando, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for being so supportive, and also check out his podcast. His podcast is actually going to be in Spanish. It's called Peor Caso, which translates to worst case. Right. And he tells stories on there. So if you're a Spanish listener, you want to check out another podcast, go check out his podcast.
Absolutely.
Peor Caso by Armando Loyola.
Absolutely, check it out, everybody. Check it out, and I want to say thanks to Armando for giving us a good review on iTunes, and Monica gave us a good review. As long as we get these good reviews,
yeah,
that's what gonna push it out there even more. That's what we need to push it out there. So anybody that's listening, our 4 listeners that we do have, just go write a comment. Take a little time out of your day to help us out a little bit. But yeah, man.
Yeah. Thanks you guys for the support. Like, this is growing. This is something Corey and I have talked about.
Yeah.
We talk about all the time off the cast.
Absolutely.
And it's growing. So we're very happy, guys. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to the but yeah, man. So I am working on some projects, dude. I'm getting some things moving along. We talked about this off right before recording. I'm trying not to talk about it too much on the cast. But I am working on some things right now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And,
what about you, man?
Just kind of dead air. No, but oh no, yeah, definitely. I've been working a lot on my projects, man. Coming up with a lot of scripts and new ideas, and finishing up some of the other projects that I have. I mean, that's not projects. Other sketches that I already have going for my my web series that I'm gonna be doing. Be posting on YouTube soon, which is called the Comedy Commode.
Yeah.
'cause we're always full of shit. You know what I mean? We're all full of shit. So so I'm doing that. So I got some that I'm finishing up, but getting into some a little bit bigger ones now that are gonna take a little bit more productivity, I guess you would say, a little bit more editing and a little bit more camera work.
Nice.
Edit.
Nice.
Yeah. So but I think they're gonna turn out real well in the end. It's gonna be a lot of work, but hey, man, that's what I like to do. It's gonna pay off in the end. It's gonna. I think everybody's gonna like it, man. I think everybody's
definitely, dude. Oh, definitely, man. Like, I've already seen a little bit, and I remember what you have shown me before, man. And you just telling me stuff that you're trying to keep it under the reps for now, man. I want to see that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's we're gonna try to put out the first. Sorry. Dogs are going crazy. I guess Chachi's in heat. I gotta.
Oh.
Yeah, Shiner's over here trying to hump her, but yeah, we're gonna try to put out the. I guess you could say first season in spring, summer, sometime around there. You know what I mean? So they're gonna come in like little small seasons, I guess. Which they don't have to wait too long, but like maybe do 2 or 3 seasons a year, or something like that, of about a 5 or 6 episode, maybe more than that. Well, we never know. You'll just see what happens and how long it takes to actually film everything and get it edited and production and stuff like that. But yeah. Eddie, I'm gonna take a 5
Sure.
I'm gonna put one of these dogs in this cage. I don't want him to be fucking over here behind. I don't need no more puppies and shit. Shiner, get in the cage.
Hey man,
No.
it's the
Shiner, come on. Get in the cage. Yeah.
it's the circle of life, man.
Oh
but
yeah. Fuck that circle. Fuck that circle. Give me 1 second.
no, sure, man, sure. Yeah, man. So yes, I was telling the story, and I was told that it was a good motivational story. Not so much motivation, just the adversities of trying to make your dreams come true. You know, trying to working on something, and so I wanted to share this story. So it was after my last entry. Oh! Don't tell it yet. My bad.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I was just trying to talk to you, say like, I was trying to get you to transition to it earlier, but we went into the whole Armando thing. Okay.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm back now. Let's transition back into it. Be like, hold on. All right, I got the dogs all put up there, Eddie. Sorry about that, guys. And
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
I don't want to have a bunch of puppies running around and have to get rid of them. I want to take them and all that shit. It's just a lot to deal with raising them and shitting all over the house.
Right.
And it's just not fun. But Eddie, you
Yeah.
told me about a story you wanted to get into, a little bit of motivational kind of story that you.
Yeah. So I was telling the story to Yaz actually, and so she really liked it, and it was funny because this happened like years ago, but she was like, "Then what happened?" You know, like, "Oh, did you make it?" And so, but it's a good story about adversity and hard work. Like sometimes when you want something, you put in so much work and hard work and effort, and then it just falls apart in front of your hands, you know, like.
Oh yeah.
But so it was after my last entry, like after the band, well, after I left the band, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to Dallas, and I was, you know, I wanted to branch out, I wanted to grow, I wanted to expand, I wanted to network, and so I already had a friend. Her name is Shannon. She's our friend Derek's ex-girlfriend, and so she knew all these musicians in Dallas, and I hit her up and I was like, "Shannon, I left my band, but I'm looking to get my name out there in Dallas. Help me meet some musicians," right? So she did.
Right.
She hit me up and was like, "Hey, well tonight, me and my boyfriend, who was the guitarist of another band, is like, we're going out with our friend who's a drummer. I know his band's looking for a bassist, so let's go meet him and stuff." And so I went, dude. I just took off.
Fuck it.
And yeah, but I'm gonna have to make up some names just to protect some identities here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's say that this drummer, his name is let's call him that's too close to the
Cornwall.
That's too Cornwall.
Let's call him Cornwall. Yeah.
All right, we'll call him Cornwall. God damn it, Corey. All right, now his name is Cornwall. So I met Cornwall, and and let me tell you, man. Whenever when I first showed up to Dallas, man, I was nervous. I was thinking, man, like these guys are on another level. I was intimidated, man. I was intimidated. I was scared. I was nervous meeting new people. But I was like, I'm doing it, you know, I'm gonna do this. And yeah, man, so they introduced me to him, to Cornwall, and
Yeah.
he was super nice, man. Like, we hit it off. We were hanging out downtown, man, and I felt alive. Like, I felt things are gonna be okay. Like, things are gonna get better. It can only get better from here.
Uh-huh.
And so he and I were talking. I was telling him my credentials as a musician. He was telling me his credentials, and so we went over to later on that night. We ended up going to pro rehearsal, and because that's where he was practicing, and I had already been to pro rehearsal before. So we went there, and he showed me his drum skills, and I was like, "Oh my god, dude! Like, you're a great drummer. Like,
Right.
wow, you should be a professional." He's like, "I know, right, man?" And so he showed me his stuff. He liked it, and so we were talking. He's like, "All right, man, you know what?" And he texted the entire band that night. And he was like, "Hey," he was like, "I just texted everyone that you're gonna come and try out for us, like in 2 days or 3 days, something like that." So yeah, 3 days later, I went there, man, and I met the rest of the band. And all sweet guys, man, all super nice, and they were all super nice to me, man. They're like, "Hey, what's up, dude? Hey, yeah, man,
Yeah.
we're happy to have you try out. Cool." Then they started playing for me, and I was like, "Oh crap, these guys are on another level. These guys are like phenomenal."
You trying to say we sucked?
It's- No.
We
At
did
the time.
fucking badass things, Eddie. We played Warped Tour. Did they ever play Warped Tour?
They did not. They did
Were
not.
they
You're
in a
right.
magazine?
No, but at the time, that's true. That's true. No, you're right, man. No, but like they were playing like math metal stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
Yeah, they were
I get
playing
what you're
like-
saying. I'm just busting your balls. Yeah.
so did Cornwall. No, but so yeah, so I played a little bit, man. But you know me, man.
Yeah.
I learned stuff like that, you know, and I picked it up right away, and they were impressed.
Yeah.
They were like, "Man," they told me, you're the fourth or fifth bassist that we've tried out, and you were the only one that actually could keep up." So they all agreed right then and there, dude, that I was in the band. So
Nice.
that was awesome, right? I made it, and I was happy, man. Like I felt like this is where my life is supposed to be going, you know.
Absolutely.
So then time goes on, and of course you start to get to know people. You start to know their flaws, and then you start to see what kind of relationship you're going to have with certain people.
So we had another technical issue. We're sorry about this. We know it's been happening a lot lately, but we're trying to fix it right now. And it's okay, though, because it's all going to carry on. What we're going to do right now is I'm going to add a little bit of best of, a little bit of this, a little bit of that from some of the older casts, just to kind of bring people back into what we were doing and later on. If so, we got a new listener that hadn't heard this, hadn't heard that, heard some of my funnier, older stories, and so we're going to throw that in there right now, and then I'm going to throw in another scary story, a new one. So, hey, I hope you guys enjoy it, and sorry about the troubles we're having right now. We're trying to get everything fixed, but here we go. Corey and Eddie Show. Oh, okay. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. What do you think about this? Would you eat at a restaurant that was really dirty if the food was amazing?
I think I do that all the time already. Mexican restaurants.
Damn shit, that's true as shit.
Dude,
Cockroach runs by you, just catch him and break him up over the tacos.
like that guy was trying to feed his family.
Well, one thing I am going to talk about here is that we're gonna lift this thing up,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody. It's been kind of a rant cast. Like we've been kind of just getting a little depressing. We're just gonna lift it up a little bit, give you a little some funny scenario or questions of what you would do.
like these.
Oh yeah. So here we go, Eddie. For $35,000, would you go for 3 months without washing, brushing your teeth, or using deodorant? Assume you could not explain your reasons to anyone until after the 3 months is up.
Okay. I'd rather go without deodorant. I gotta take care of my teeth. Gotta take care of my teeth.
$35,000.
$35,000. I could buy new teeth, but it'd be the deodorant, man.
Just the deodorant?
Yeah.
You couldn't go without the teeth. For $35,000 for a month.
For a month, I'd rather go without deodorant.
Goodness gracious!
Yeah.
I'd let my teeth fall out
Yeah, 35,000.
for $35,000.
I'd rather.
It's not gonna be that bad. What do you think it's gonna happen? I mean, I love to take a shower. I'm a shower every day guy.
Yeah, same here.
I love to wash my face, brush my teeth, deodorant. Man,
I think
I would just have really extremely bad breath and smell like shit.
I think there's a lot long-term problems for not brushing your teeth.
For a month?
Yeah, I think I'd rather.
I don't think about for a month.
For a month? I don't know, man.
No.
Having some food in your mouth, between your teeth for a month without removing it might have some long-term effects.
Well,
I'd rather
put that $35,000 back on some veneers. Yeah. No?
For $35,000, I can layer myself where you can't smell my body odor.
There you go. You take a little bit of that, get a little cologne, a little breath spray. Hey, they didn't say anything about mouthwash.
Ah, right.
A little mouthwash.
Right. I think I'd still rather go for without deodorant for a month. That'd be my choice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It kind of seems like you do that already. But... Oh, God.
I take care of myself, Corey.
It didn't come to my door. I was like, oh, I hope they don't come to my door. I just couldn't imagine what it looked like, almost like a Jehovah's Witness or something. They didn't have any like Bibles. I don't even know what Jehovah's Witness carries, but
yeah.
Not say anything about Jehovah's Witness, but just calm it down, would you?
Yeah.
I mean,
anyone coming up to you with
get an ice cream truck so we know where you're coming. Just put your music on there. I don't even know what kind of music you would play.
It's just anyone coming up to you wanting to give you an idea. It's like, I'm not in the mood right now. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And also you gotta be aware of how you're coming off to other people.
Yeah.
You can't just.
And the way that people are nowadays, the way the society is nowadays. Everything's not the same anymore. It's not a just come up to people's doors kind of thing. Back in the days, that might have been cool, acceptable. But now people, if somebody comes to your door,
it's not welcome.
It's not welcome. Like usually, somebody is supposed to call you first before they come over.
Exactly.
You don't just have friends. Don't just come over and show up out of nowhere. It's like, hey man, what are you doing? I was thinking about stopping by or something.
Exactly.
Give me some word of warning. Now people knocking on the door, you're like, oh, am I about to get jumped or raided or someone to open the door?
Hiding under your couch.
Yeah. Gosh, man.
Look at it this way. I look at it as what's it called? Car alarms.
Yeah.
Back in the day, a car alarm went off. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Now it's like somebody better.
You might as well not.
Turn that fucking alarm off. I'm trying to go to bed. No one gives a shit anymore.
Somebody's outside the car getting beat up.
God damn it, shut the fuck up. I got an early shift.
Exactly. Every time there's a car alarm going off, they're like, turn the shit. You might as well not even have a car alarm anymore because nobody gives a shit.
No. Nobody runs out.
Burgers don't even, they know now. They're like, they don't even sneak up. They're just.
There's no neighborhood watch. The neighborhood watch is like, yeah, watch it happen.
Just knocking windows out. just taking shit slowly. They're having like coffee breaks and shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just cut the wires.
Of course, he was controversial, man, and it sucks. It sucks he died, man. So I look up all these clips on YouTube, just wanting to find something new by him. So my last job, I was working with this one girl, and at first, it was cool. She was cool as fuck. So we always joked around and stuff like that. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I see where I could have, I should have stopped and not let it get as far as it did. But I mean, we flirted around and stuff like that. She was just cool as fuck,
Yeah.
But then she started getting comfortable, too comfortable, right? Then she started acting like a kid, like a child, to get my attention. I'd be, and we're at work, customer service on the phone, whatever. I'm talking to customers who are upset, and she'll throw like a little Beanie Baby toy at me at the back of my head, or like I had like snacks around me, she would throw some, miss me, hit my snacks, go all over the floor. And so
Yeah, that ain't
months
cool. After a while, it goes a little
and
too
months,
far.
yeah.
After a while, you know.
After months of this, man, you get annoyed. After a while, it
After
starts
months,
months.
give me 2 days.
No,
if
man.
she's throwing shit at me,
What I would start doing is at first ignore her. At first, I would give her ugly looks, but then no, that's what she wants. She wants the acknowledgement that
Of
she's
course
there.
she does.
Then I started ignoring her. Then what she would start doing was coming up behind me and put her hand behind my neck and push me down as I'm trying to talk to somebody on the phone.
oh no.
So how I felt about her, like I found her attractive and funny, went out the window. Now I was developing hate.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
developing hate because I would tell her, she was like, "You act like you don't like that." I'm like, "I don't like that. I'm working here. You need to
act like
stop.
you don't like that."
do that anymore." But she took it as like he's acknowledging that I'm doing it. She was doing it for
Oh.
attention, so she kept doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it just got to the point where she would say hi to me, and I just wouldn't say anything to her. And she's like, Eddie doesn't want to talk to me anymore. It doesn't want, like, no. Like I've told you several
Right.
times, I don't like what you're doing. I'm trying to work, and this you're just being you're getting too it's just too much, like too much physicality. I
yeah,
don't know,
you can't be just touching on people and pushing on
Yeah.
people, throwing stuff.
right. Imagine if I
It's different when you're just flirting around
Yeah.
like vocally, but when you start getting physical with
she would
somebody,
slap the back of my neck as she walked by. Slap
Yeah.
it.
Oh, no.
When you're not expecting it. And imagine if it was me, a guy
I got
doing it
some
to a girl.
bologna and threw it on the back of her neck.
And she would so then like girls like her, you know, because I one of my best friends is a girl, and she's talented as fuck. And what's awesome is that those kinds of people are quiet about it. They don't brag about it, right?
Yeah.
But she wanted recognition for minimal effort.
Yeah,
right?
right.
Like she was she'd always be like, "Eddie, I'm getting into fitness." And I'm like, "Okay, congratulations."
Right.
Yeah, like I did 20 jumping jacks today. I'm like, it's just minimal.
Yeah.
They want recognition for minimum effort, right? But then she's like, she would bake stuff from time to time. She'd bake like little cakes and stuff like
Here
that.
we go. Here we go.
And then she'd be like, she'd come in and like bake something like, look what I baked today. I'm so talented. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, you pat yourself on the back
Look like she
too
had
much,
plenty
right?
of practice, huh?
Right. and so she one day she came up with cookies, and there's some other girls around her. Some of her friends are just as equally just childish like her.
Yeah.
Nothing important to say. Nothing important
Yeah.
comes out of their mouths. And then just like, oh my god, cookies! Oh yes, I'm so talented. Yes, you are. And I'm like, well, fuck your cookies,
Yeah,
man. Like,
fuck
your cookies. Like, what the fuck?
Get the fuck out. I don't even want to eat your cookies.
Man, and she would offer, and she would be offering everybody around me some except for me.
Oh,
'Cause
she wanted you to ask
she
for
wanted
her
me to ask,
cookie.
and I did not.
Yeah.
And now, me eat cookie. Yeah.
And then I told you that story, and then the next day,
Oh my god. I was dying on this story right here. Cracking up laughing. I go to work the next day. Shit you not. I get to work. A guy at work is walking around selling cookies. And I see this, and I just start crying, laughing. I mean, people are like, "What is he doing? Why is he laughing so much?"
because when I first told you the story,
Yeah.
you lost
I
it.
lost it, man. I was just dying. And then I get to it, just that. I was thinking about it all night and how funny it was. Fuck your cookies and shit. Fuck your cookies. He's coming around. And I just lost my shit. He has no idea what's going on. I'm just fucking laughing. I have to tell Eddie what's going on. And so I grab my phone and I'm like, I'm taking a photo of this. He's got his little brochure and everything.
He was obviously selling for his daughter or
He's
something.
trying to sell cookies for his kids, which I used to do this when I was a kid too. I used to, my parents would walk around and try to sell stuff for a fundraiser thing so they can win a spider ring. I don't know. Shit, you know, you can there's always a prize. It's like a bicycle, but you got to sell 15 grand worth of shit.
No one
But
ever
anyways, I pull out my phone and lean in while he's got the brochure, and I snap a couple pictures, and he's looking at me like, what the fuck?
And you're laughing at
And I'm
him.
crying. I'm dying laughing. I'm like, fuck your cookies.
I'm pretty sure. But
And he's trying to go along with it. He's like, but he's like,
I'm pretty sure you made his self-esteem go low that day.
He was crying on the inside. I know he was.
He's like, I wish I didn't have a daughter.
He was even saying, fuck your cookies.
He was?
No.
Oh, to his daughter.
He called her up and said, fuck your cookies.
You hear that sound that fell on the ground? That was your cookies.
Yeah. People are making fun of me.
Yeah. Okay, Dustin. So,
Actually, you give him yours first, and
okay.
then I'll do one. Here you go. Here's Dustin.
Just come over here next to the mic, next to me.
Oh, yeah. Get in there.
Inviting. Get in there nice and deep like. All right, so I guess, Dustin, you pretty much, if you want to say hello to the folks at home.
Hello to the folks at home.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, Dustin. So I guess you already know the gist of the game. I'm gonna read you some lyrics, and I'm not gonna sing them to you or anything. Just from your best memory. Just try to name the song. The goal is to name the song first.
Okay.
Yeah, and bonus points if you name the band.
I got the game, buddy. You just name it.
Gotcha. Like that
with
confidence. Like that confidence. Okay, here we go, Dustin. Hey you, big star, tell me when it's over. Hey you, big mood, guide me to shelter. 'Cause I'm through when the 2 hits the 6 and it's summer. And if you need me to say it again.
No, it's all right.
He already knows what it is.
Hey, you big star, tell me when it's over. It's Deftones, man.
There you go. There you go.
Song.
Now, I gotta name the song. You gotta name the song.
Shove it.
There you go.
Damn.
Nice.
What the
Nailed it the
fuck?
first
This isn't
time.
gonna last very
Nailed
long.
it the first time, man.
You're gonna have to find another one while I do this.
All right. I do have another one.
All right,
I
well,
do have another. But yeah, here, Corey,
I got one to present.
test your brother.
Yeah. And then find one real quick. Dustin's got to get a few in here. All right. Ooh. Wow, that's a backward setting right there. All right, Dustin. How do you feel about that first one? You felt pretty good about it?
Yeah, this one's gonna be hard though.
Oh, okay.
No, it probably won't. Probably won't.
I got it. Come on
Oh,
with
I
it.
know you got it. All right, Dustin on Lyrically Correct. Here we go. Bury me softly in this womb. I gave this part of me.
Bury me softly in this womb. Alice in Chains, man. Down in the hole.
God damn it! That's ridiculous, man. I told you he's good with lyrics, man. He's good with the lyrics. Shit. Wow, that's not even cool, man. Oh, wow. We're gonna have to... Well, that didn't last long. Well, Dustin's first appearance on the show lasted about 2 minutes because... You got another one?
I got another
He's
one.
got another one. Eddie's got one.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Eddie's got one. I'm gonna find another one too.
And we're gonna make this a little difficult because I'm not sure how well or how much you know this band.
I'm gonna find
All right.
one too.
All right, Dustin. This is the bonus round for us because we were trying to trump you here. All right, here we go. Sometimes I need to remember just to breathe. Sometimes I need you to stay away from me. Sometimes I'm in disbelief. I didn't know. Somehow I need you to go. Take your time.
Is it Disturbed?
No. And if you need me to repeat the lyrics again for you, I can.
It's a band I don't know.
I want to say you do. A lot of people know this band.
Repeat the lyrics, please.
Sure. Sometimes I need to remember just to breathe. Sometimes I need you to stay away from me. Sometimes I'm in disbelief. I didn't know. Somehow I need you to go.
Is it Audio Slave?
No, it is not.
It's a band I do not know.
It probably is a band you know.
And I can't sing the chorus because it has the song name in it. But I can.
I am stumped. I have to say that.
You're stumped. Turn that way and say.
I'm stumped.
All right, and I can give you some more lyrics, or I can give you a clue.
I'll take a clue for 5,000, please.
A clue. All right. The last name, or okay, the name of the singer is Chester.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Chester.
Is this a band that he would know, Corey?
Yeah, we
Linkin
listen to it all
Park.
the time.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now, if you can, it doesn't count until you get the name of the song.
I don't know any names of their songs.
Ah, okay.
That's let's just repeat the lyrics, please.
Sure. Sometimes I need to remember just to breathe. Sometimes I need you to stay away from me. Sometimes, in disbelief, I didn't know. Somehow, I need you to go. So you're halfway there, man. Right, it's trying to get that melody in your head to come. You got two so far, man. So that's impressive out of these three.
Sorry, Linkin Park. I don't know any of the names of their songs.
And if not, when I tell you the name of it, and if you're like, yeah, I don't know that name, I'm like, okay, you still got those two. That's impressive.
Okay.
All right. So the name of this song is called "Don't Stay." It's the first song off of their second album, Meteora. Don't stay, forget our memories, forget our possibilities.
You got one more?
What you were changing me. Yeah, Corey, you got another one for him?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
That's something that I don't really keep up with.
All right.
Get one
Gonna
going
pass
here.
the headphones over to Corey in the seat.
All right. We got one more. And what are you doing? All right.
Alright, here we go.
All right, Dustin. All right, here we go. Here's another one for you. You'll probably get this one really easy as well. This is something you should probably know. Maybe I should throw you some different lyrics into you. So not the beginning. Okay, we'll just go from the beginning. No, we'll go from the second. Everybody always knows the first verse. Let's go on the second verse. On my deathbed, I will pray to the gods and the angels, like a pagan to anyone who will take me to heaven, to a place I recall. I was there so long ago. The sky was bruised, the wine was bled, and there you led me on.
What? Nigga?
Alright, you know this song.
What? It's that.
Okay, well let's just read the first. Okay. On a cobweb afternoon, in a room full of emptiness, by a freeway I confess.
Is it Stone Temple Pilots?
Mm-mm. I was lost in the pages of a book full of death, reading how we'll die alone, and if we're good, we'll lay to rest anywhere we want to go.
And I know this.
You know this song. Everybody knows this song.
Everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it.
From what era is it?
I would say the singer is from the early 90s, late 80s era. But the band is probably early 2000s.
What kind of shit?
Uh-huh.
Is it Slayer?
No. No, it's not metal at all.
It's... Can you repeat the lyrics,
Yes,
please, one
I
more
will, I
time?
will. On a cobweb afternoon, in a room full of emptiness, by a freeway, I confess, I was lost in the pages of a book full of death, reading how we'll die alone.
On a cobway.
On a cobweb. On a cobweb.
Pearl Jam.
Afternoon.
Is it Pearl Jam?
No.
On the
You're
cobweb.
close in that genre. Let me give you the
Slave.
tune.
Oh, it's Audio Slave, I'm telling you.
I was lost in the pages of the book.
That's hard to figure out.
It
though.
is. On a cobweb
Afternoon, all
full of
love,
emptiness by the freeway.
I confess I was lost in the pages
of a book full of death, reading how we'll die alone. You know what I'm talking about?
It's Audio Slave.
It's
yeah.
Audio Slave, Like a Stone.
Like a Stone, yeah. That's
It. That's it for lyrically correct. And I think we did a pretty good job on it, I guess. Dustin, you did a good job.
You got some more here.
You did great, man. You did great.
You did great.
Better than what I did my first time, man.
Yeah, it was
And
great.
yeah, I guess it's the Harper genes that are able to.
Nah.
Yeah.
I think we did pretty good, though.
Yeah.
To end off the cast, you don't mind if I know some people liked the short story, the story I did. You mind if I do a short one? Oh, and this one is based off last cast. Sorry, I didn't catch you on something that you said when we were talking about the last story that we got done with, and you said why the hell did they have these in middle school or whatever, and like how the gross ones, some were cannibalism, and you said we were talking about a sausage one, and you said maybe not everyone eat sausage again, but if you go back a few casts later, weren't we just talking about how you really wanted to go to a sausage bar? And if you tell them it's your first time, they'll slap it on your cheek. And so, this story right here, I know I was wanting you to read it. You can read one of the other ones, but we're going to read it just because I fucking didn't get you on that fucking shit when you said that. I was like, why the hell didn't I say, well, yeah, it made you want to stop eating sausage till just recently. So, in this story, the name of it goes perfect with Eddie here, and it is called Wonderful Sausage. This this is the same book, Scary Stories, as last week, and it's a lot shorter, so it won't take that long, and we'll end the cast on this. And again, I'm gonna use my fantastic accent. And this is Scary Stories. This is Wonderful Sausage. One dark, rainy Saturday afternoon, a fat and jolly butcher named Samuel Blunt had an argument over money with his wife, Eloise. Blunt lost his temper and killed Eloise. Then he ground her up into sausage meat and buried her bones under a big flat rock in the backyard. To keep the murder a secret, he told everyone that she had moved away. Blunt mixed his new sausage meat with pork, then seasoned it with salt and pepper, added some sage and thyme, and a bit of garlic. To give it a special flavor, he smoked it in his smokehouse for a while. He called it Blunt's Special Sausage. There was such a demand for this new sausage that Blunt bought the best hogs he could find and started raising his own pork. He also kept a sharp lookout for humans who might make a tasty sausage meat. One day a nice, plump schoolteacher came into his shop. Blunt grabbed her and ground her up. Another time, Blunt's dentist came by. He was a little round man, and into the grinder he went. Then one by one, the children in the neighborhood began to disappear. And so did their kittens and puppies. But no one ever dreamed that Blunt the butcher had anything to do with it. Things went on their way for years. Then one day, Blunt made a big mistake. A fat boy came into the butcher shop. Blunt grabbed him and started to drag him off into the sausage grinder. But the boy broke loose and ran out of the shop, and Blunt chased after him, waving a big butcher knife. When people saw this, they realized at once what had become of all the missing children and grown-ups and kittens and puppies. An angry crowd gathered at the butcher shop. No one knows for sure just what happened to Blunt that day. Some say he was fed to his hogs. Others say he was fed to his sausage grinder. But he is never seen again, and neither was his wonderful sausage meat. And that was Wonderful Sausage. And this is Scary Stories. He reads about sausage, he dreams about sausage, he gets scared by sausage. Alright, man. Awesome. Alright, later.